Welcome to Talking About Sports, the Carolina's #1 podcast for sports. We're here with a full all-star panel, all the way down on the end from the United States Navy, William Wilson Clothing, William Wilson, Mountaineer Mike Freer from the Independent Tribune, and we can't talk basketball, the All-Star Weekend here, without the best basketball player ever to come out of New York City, as far as he tells us, from the Police Athletic League, Police Activities League, and the Hoodie Suits and High School Basketball Classic, Jeff Hood.
What's happening?
Now, Jeff, big doings here, and you and William Wilson, I know, are going to be very busy on the social front, but the All-Star Games here in town, lots of stuff. Not just on the basketball game Sunday night. There's a lot of stuff going on around town. What's going on? What are you going to?
It's too much, and it's like I've been telling people. Let me put this out there first. I don't have any tickets. I don't have any tickets. Okay, so now people have been calling, texting, and emailing.
I was getting around
I'm
that.
up to giving number 63. So I'm out. I'm tapped.
You got rush.
I guess I'm not the top 100, but that's all right.
But it's good, though. I mean, there's a lot of things that's going on. You know, we got, of course, all of the things happening at Spectrum and Bojangles, and then,
Top
parties like on top of parties on top of parties. And
Will's doing something with Dr. J.
Yeah. So you're going to the joint over at Queen City.
Yeah. My boy Arthur Wiley's putting that on.
That's my agent. He's one of my first insurance guys that I deal with. He actually inboxed me early. He's like, yo, you come up.
I thought Drew Rosenhaus was your agent.
No, man, I had to let him go, man.
Drew can give enough money.
You know?
If Jeff want to go to the strip club.
Make it rain.
I was Drew guy who go to the strip club, can't work with Drew.
See,
you got to be from Miami or go to the strip club.
You see, Jeff Hood remembers this. William Wilson's too young, but not that you're old, Jeff. You're younger than me. Dr. J, when I was growing up, was the Virginia Squires.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. You're right. I don't know. I said, dude, Dr. J was the man. He was the man.
Yes.
I grew up watching Richmond Coliseum. Dr. J, man.
Yeah.
That's legit stuff for me.
Yeah, he had the Converse.
Yep.
And Sport Nose with the high tops. I remember they were playing in New York. I was playing in the high school college division. And Tim Bassett, Al Skinner, Fly Williams, all of these guys playing in the pro division. And he comes out with these shoes, man. Those were they were boosts. Those were the highest high top sneakers I think I may have ever seen.
Now how you top that mountain there, Mike? Guys growing up in New York, you didn't see that, I bet.
No, I mean, you mentioned Dr. J. When Dr. J got to the NBA, he was the biggest name in the NBA when he got there. He wasn't just the biggest name in the ABA. When he got to the NBA, he instantly became the biggest name in the NBA. Everybody wanted to see what it was all about. New York is chock full of historic names and legends in the sport.
It is.
That's where New York City will put their alumni up against anybody else when it comes to basketball.
Mike, the Charlotte Hornets, the host team, Kemba Walker, the best player on the Charlotte Hornets. Was this, a lot of people, the real smart basketball people know Kemba Walker, but to the national front, the national stage, Kemba, is he going to put on a show in the All-Star game? Do you see that?
I would imagine that they were going to give him every opportunity to shine in this game for as long as they can until the game gets tight. And then we'll see who wants to take over. And then, will they give Kemba a chance if the game is tight for him to take charge in front of the crowd? There's a lot of talent here. There's going to be, last year was a great setup because you got to the end of the game and then the guys cared. And you got to watch what it's like when the greatest actually put down the effort. You go through 3.5 quarters of garbage, really, and, attempting to be fancy and all this stuff. But then when the game gets tight, you get right down to it. These guys want to win. And so it'd be really nice to see Kemba be a difference maker if the game is tight.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but the reality of it is, unless you live in Charlotte, nobody really cares whether Kemba plays or not. That's just the reality. They want to see LeBron. They want to see Steph. They want to see
The Greek
James
freak.
Harden. They want to see the blue chip, regular, every night ESPN guys. That's who people are tuning in to see. That's who they buying tickets to go see.
Right.
That's who they really want.
But
That's sad.
But what's going to happen, that's why I think at the beginning of the game or the first half or whatever, when he's in there, they're going to give him every opportunity to shine and hit the shots and build up his stats or whatever. And maybe at the end of the game, he'll have 25, 30 points, whatever, and be MVP of the game. That's, that at the end of the game, you're going to have those LeBrons. You're going to have the Steph Currys and want to take over.
But do they normally do that, though? I mean, they're really –
they do.
I see the score point. But it seems like every time I see the MVPs, all the MVPs are almost pretty much which one of your mega superstars at MVP this game.
No, but I think Mike's right. They do feed the guys, a lot. And I think that will be the sentiment here in Charlotte as well. And I think if he gets a hot hand and he really gets it going like Kemba can – I think they'll continue to keep doing that. And, but I was listening to an interview earlier of Michael Jordan talking about when he had an opportunity to play in the All-Star game in Chicago and wanting to do well, and he won the MVP that year as well because he
did that a lot.
The adrenaline, well, yes, he did. But the adrenaline keeps going, and the guys are feeding you, and you're home, you're comfortable. So I can see Kemba, having that New York bravado in him.
Now
I can see him stepping up.
Back in the early mid '80s, they had the game in Seattle, and one of the guys from the Sonics, who's relatively unknown name, named Tom Chambers, came in and won the MVP. And they gave him a chance. He just put up a lot of points in a game where you can score a lot of points, and he walked away with the MVP. Surprised everybody. It can happen. Yeah. I think they're going to give him a chance to. Now, whether he hits the shots,
hey Jeff, Langston Wirtz said, "Can you get some tickets?" He just hit up saying,
"Number 67."
All right.
Shout out to
when you get down to 100, let me know.
Shout out to our viewers: Reggie Walker, David Chapman, Michael Pilkington. From Arizona.
That's my man, Mike Leonard. I used to for my first radio job. Mike Leonard out in Arizona, the big boss man. Works at the prison. He's kind of rough on some of the inmates when they get out of line. I'm just saying. Now, Jeff, what do you think that the NBA's best coach, general manager, and player, LeBron James? If Kemba does too good, LeBron might start talking to him about, "Hey, come on out to LA, man. I got a spot for you."
Could you imagine if it was LeBron, Kemba, KD, and fill in the blank?
There's not enough room in the salary cap.
Yeah, there is. They have room for 2 max players now.
I'm against salary caps anyway. What is the value on these guys in the open market? No salary cap. Let's just pay you what you bring in.
Well, it depends on who you're talking about.
Well, I know it's different.
LeBron,
right?
Stephen. And those guys.
Giannis.
I don't know if there's a check. Everybody's willing to write that.
Their NBA check is one thing, but guys like Harden, some of these guys are getting $40 million from Reebok or fill in the blank from the manufacturer, and then a check from the team, endorsement money, team money. Some of these guys are pulling, 40, 60. Some of them are even pulling $100 million a year.
So,
what's the open? It's the open market. Let the market dictate what you're doing, though.
Well, the first thing would happen is Charlotte would probably see their team go bye-bye.
They'd probably be a G League team.
You can't compete with New York and LA and Boston with if you're starting to have an unbalanced, just no salary cap at all. The whole idea is I think the NBA does it just fine. You want it to be. You get your money's guaranteed, which is better than the NFL.
Right.
The salary cap is larger than the NFL. Now there's more players in the NFL. So there's only so many players. I think it allows opportunities if you do your job as a front office to put a competitive and potentially championship team forth.
The NBA's issue, the deal with NBA, is their business model, is their marketing business model. They market players. The NFL markets teams.
Right.
The NFL don't care if Tom Brady and Bill Belichick leave. They're going to market exactly the same.
Totally agree.
They don't say, hey, Tom Brady and so-and-so's come down. It's the Patriots. It's the Panthers. It's the Cowboys. It's the Steelers. The people that are diehard fans, they're diehard fans. How many people were Cleveland fans, then Miami fans, then Cleveland fans again? Now they're Laker fans because they follow the players. The same
totally
thing.
agree.
The PGA made the same problem. They put so much in Tiger. When Tiger wasn't there, they were like, what do we do now? golf fell apart, it went back to what it was as soon as Tiger was gone. They put all their eggs in one basket. And that's the problem the NBA has, the problem golf has, and they still haven't recovered from it. Tiger won last year. They could not have been happier to win the lottery.
Right.
It was like winning the lottery. The NBA, until they start marketing teams again, you used to know all the Bulls players.
Well, they all stayed.
Yeah, but the problem in doing that, though, is free agency, man. The guys move so much. It's not
and
like
they want to play together now.
And let me say, I agree with you, but I'm saying it would be hard to do that because, like, I grew up a Knicks fan.
That's sad.
God help us now. But I grew up a
Sadder
Knicks fan, and every year, I mean, I can still name their team.
I love Charles Oakley now.
Reed to Frazier to Monroe to DeBusschere to Bradley to Cassie Russell and on and on. You knew they was coming back every year. You don't know who's coming back, so you promote the team. You're going to have to constantly keep reproducing information every year.
Sean Kemp never had a problem with that.
The NFL has free agency too. The NFL has free agency just like it does too. But the thing is, the NFL markets their teams. The NBA markets their players.
Yeah.
It's a hard model to ask. It's hard to ask the NBA to stop that model.
Yeah.
When that's what built the league up to where they got out of the trouble in the early '80s when you had Magic, when you had Bird, when you had Jordan, and you marketed those guys.
Right. But when you had Magic, the Lakers were Showtime. They had the bad boys in Detroit.
Yeah.
Boston was dirty.
Even then,
but free agency wasn't as significant as it is now.
Right.
True.
Those guys wasn't moving. And then again, remember, if you guys recall the little bit of scuttlebutt that MJ had with Chicago, about him wanting to renew his contract because he was grossly underpaid and all.
His whole career he was underpaid.
That too. But no, you got to play out your contract. And then when you re-up, these days, man, guys are forcing trades. They're like
a year and a half before they're free agents.
But why are they able to do it? They able to do it because the NBA lets them do it. That's weak leadership, poor management, and a weak league office to let that do that. Because at the end of the day, the inmates can't run the asylum
or the prison.
And I don't think it's personally that much that far gone, but somewhere that you got to. Case in point. If you're going to do that, then do it holistically. Don't do it just for the players. The same way like college. It's not right for these players to have to sit out a year when a college coach can break his contract.
That's right.
And then go somewhere and not have to sit out and there's no penalty.
Right.
So if that's the case, then it needs to be what's right for everybody.
Now, Jeff Wood, you bring up free agency. Not only is there free agency league-wide, the most recent phenomenon is the super teams, guys wanting to play together. LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh in Miami. I think, started to get it. Michael Jordan, some of the older guys, is like, I never would have gone nowhere. If you want to be good, you come to my team. Now, some guys don't want to play together. Nowadays, guys know each other from the AAU days. Right. They want to play together. How do you get away from that and combining the super team era, because it's entertainment, they want the ratings, and they want to get paid, but there's only so much in the salary cap?
Well, for me, and I've said this to several kids that I engage with and talk to, to me, the problem with a lot of this now is there's too much buddy ball that's being played now anyway. Even in AAU, you have guys that, because they're so close, they're tight. I remember back in the day when I was playing.
Would you see Rick Mahorn messing with guys pregame?
Man, please. I mean, I don't even have a problem with that. But when you cross that line, we going at each other. And then after the game, if we're going to go out and hang out and do whatever, we'll do that. But there's too much of this, well, I ain't going to go at him because that's my dude, and I don't want to embarrass him. Dude better step up and learn some more defense. And that's how it was when I played. It's like, no, we're going to go at each other. Strap it on. That's what's going to happen.
Ask Isaiah Thomas what it's like coming down the lane against Karl Malone.
The problem is now they're getting paid so much, the owners are going, look, I'm paying this guy $40 million. Let him do what he want to do. I'm paying this guy this much. Let them do what they want to do. I think that's a big problem that you're seeing in the NBA. But at the end of the day, we can't use that, well, it's going to be awful hard to stop this. I understand what you're saying when you say it. You know who else did that? NASCAR. Yeah. Not a dead ship floating. Because at some point you got to corral stuff. Because at the end of the day, fans are not as important as they think they are. They're just not. Fans will take what you give them. They will complain, they will fuss, they will gripe, they will all this stuff, and they will keep watching if they're fans. They'll make the adjustment. How many people you know that says, you know what, I just don't like the NBA now, but I was playing blah, 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 but they still watch every game. So if you start marketing the teams, you keep marketing the teams, you make that transition, because in business, you got to adjust. You have to adjust to the market.
Right.
And if they don't adjust to the market at some point, you're going to get to the point where you're going to have 14 people watch, people going to really start getting burned out with it, and they're going to be done with it.
But it's twofold, though.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's twofold, though, because, like, for example, you got guys that want to stay, okay? And that's what I'm saying. It's hard to do that because it's both ways. It's just not from the player side. You get a kid, Harrison Barnes, traded at halftime.
During the game.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying, halftime.
he could have left, but he said, no, I'm going to stay and finish out with the game.
Right.
Yeah, that's a NASCAR move.
Well,
It was. Man. I got my first start mid-race. They probably got mid-race, and I got thrown in.
well, and
That
that's what I'm
happens.
saying. You can't just. This isn't just.
You had a bigger jack, Will.
Player issue, because again, there's players that want to play out their contract,
Yeah.
but then they get traded. So it's a
Well,
two-way street.
Right. Mountaineer, Mike,
coming back to the way the league runs it.
All right, now,
I'm
Mike-
with you on this.
Mike, how many times has Kemba Walker said, I want to stay here, I want to play here, and all that? I think he's been on record saying he wants to stay here. Michael Jordan didn't trade him, said he wants him to stay here. So, I mean, if both sides want to stay, what has to happen?
But forget both sides wanting to stay. Do you want to win?
Well,
the thing is,
but
do
that's
you
what
want to
happened.
win?
But see, there's stages, guys, and y'all, and I know y'all know this, but your first few years in the league, it's about, okay, I'm getting paid. And then you're okay, you're comfortable financially, and then it transitions to, okay, you know what? I'm tired of 10 and 72. I'm comfortable now. I got a little money in my pocket, and dude, I'm tired of these butt whippings every game.
And that's where Kemba's in a unique
That's
position.
where I think Kemba's at now.
Well, I think it's a unique position because he hasn't gotten quote unquote paid yet, like the other All-Stars. He's still 5th or 6th on the team in salary. When I'm not saying
That's
woe
bad
is
management.
Kemba.
You tell me Kemba Walker's not
He's
better
got
than
a
John
chance
Wall
to
right
make,
now.
he's going to be in the 20-25 mil range at the end of this season.
Right.
Now, he's going to get it from somewhere.
Yes.
Now, does he want to keep it in Charlotte and potentially have to wait a few more years for this team to start becoming a serious contender?
Right, but that's the wrong question. Now I will concede I'm coming from a business standpoint and a fan standpoint. I don't really care what Kemba wants to do. You're asking me, Kemba's going to make whether right now we can say Kemba's underpaid on this team, right?
Yeah.
We can say Kemba's probably underpaid on this team.
Yes, on this team, absolutely.
But tell that to the fan who's having to work an extra job to be able to pay for those tickets. They don't care about him being underpaid when he's making millions of dollars. You got to give that at some point. You got to give the fan a reason to come to that arena.
Well, that's right. But then,
And I don't. I'm
But
saying,
they're
as a
coming to
fan,
see
you
Kemba
guys-
right now.
Right, you guys are all sports guys,
And nobody else.
You guys can go to the game where they do not. I'm not paying my money. I don't care how happy one person is if I'm watching a team that every year is 7th, 8th to get in the playoffs. If that much, at some point you got to give me more.
but that's not on Kemba.
I'm not saying it's on Kemba, but I'm not blaming Kemba. A child will eat candy all day long if you let him.
Well-
At some point, someone's got to actually take control. It can't be about. I get that Kemba wants to be here, and I love that he wants to be here.
All right, we're going to take a break, but we're going to come back. We're going to talk Miles Bridges, the some of the peripheral activities, the three-point shooting contest, the dunk contest, where I like Miles Bridges. Too bad they don't have like a squirrel hunting excursion. Maybe Malik Monk could be having the all-star squirrel shooting thing. So we got that. We've got NASCAR's in town. We're going to definitely the flags dropping tonight at the duels. We got that and much more. This is Talking About Sports right here at the Dilworth Neighborhood Grill.
At Heslop Wealth Advisors, our goal is to help small businesses develop quality retirement plans for their employees through our Lunch and Learn seminars. We provide lunch and learning tools to help your company succeed and unmatched customer service.
It's true, though. Life imitates art.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, welcome back to Talking About Sports with William Wilson, Mountaineer Mike Freer, Jeff Hood. Lots to talk about with the All-Star game in town, not to mention the Daytona 500. Duels are tonight, by the way. We'll get to that.
Hey,
but
one real quick thing. I put something out there. The first 2 people to come down and hang out with us and visit, we may have a little something for you that you may like.
Well, we got 3 of them right here.
Yeah,
you got a suite, the All-Star game?
And it's not. Let me clear this up.
All right, do that.
It is not attached to the All-Star game.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't know you were going to be in a private suite with you and Michael Jordan.
All right, while we at it, let's give a shout out. My boy Slug Wilson tuning in from England. I think from Wales.
Nice.
From Wales, and Eddie Gwinnett, Fast Eddie's tuning in.
Fast Eddie.
As well as my girl Tia.
Eddie's wife, Slug's wife Veronica. Thanks for tuning in too.
What was the deal with your daughter up at App State? There was something going on. I saw the picture online. What was it? It's like some recognition or something?
No, she she's a senior, and
Right.
it was senior night for the dance team.
All right.
So, went up and the school recognized her.
That's
and,
good. She's
and
graduating, right? In what?
She's definitely graduating.
All right.
So I'm hoping
And
that
you
I'll be
that's gonna happen.
4 years,
I'm
5
getting a
years?
raise in about a few months.
4 years, 5 years?
4 years.
Well, I couldn't do that. I was
4
just
years.
I didn't get there. I was a few laps down on that. All-Star game, peripheral activities, 3-point shooting contest.
Yep.
Davis Bertans should have been in there from the Spurs. The dunk contest. I think Vegas has Miles Bridges as the betting favorite. And I think the dunk we have some connections here locally. Miles Bridges with the Hornets, John Collins with the Hawks. I think he played at Wake Forest, Mountaineer Mike. Amadou Diallo with the Thunder. Is he from? What's his local? Does he have a local connection?
I don't know.
Who's that now?
Amadou Diallo of the Thunder. Does he have a local connection? Other than Chandra Tyler likes him a lot because he's with the Thunder. Dennis Smith Jr.
idea.
played at NC State, I believe.
Yes.
So we have 3 of the 4 guys in the dunk contest. So at least Bridges has at least a 25% chance of winning. I even know that much about math.
Yeah, there you go.
And 3-point, we have the Curry brothers. I think Steph and Seth are both in the 3-point
I'm really
shooting
looking
contest.
forward to that. And
it's rigged if they're in the final together.
no,
It can't be
it's-
rigged.
no.
They either make
both of
baskets or
them,
don't.
both of them get buckets.
Well,
but
Davis Bertans isn't in there, then I think it's rigged.
But I'm gonna tell you,
Just saying.
man, I'm so looking forward to this, and I guess is having the history with the Currys as I have and all, but
Right.
I'm really looking forward to this because both of them are like ultra competitive, and from growing up and them going at each other in the backyard.
What's their age difference?
2-3 years?
Right.
Think 3 years. I think.
Yeah, 3 years. And so I'm personally, that's one that I hope that it does come down to them two going against each other in the finals.
There's also a
That's gonna be
celebrity
awesome.
game with a lot of Hollywood people and a lot of Will's friends. Steve Smith is going to be in the celebrity game, and I'm just going to tell you right now, somebody better not foul him hard.
Hey, Steve Smith got some hops too.
Yo,
people don't know Steve Smith got some hops, dog.
I texted him. I was like, yo.
He's got some knuckles too.
He did in the Super Bowl.
Smitty's got knuckles too now.
Smith played in remember? Were you ever Chris Hope's celebrity game when he played in it? Bro, Steve Smith jump out the gym.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Steve Smith could probably slap the square.
Yeah,
You foul him too hard, he'll be jumping out of something else.
I don't know what they are now, but I know back when we had our foundation together and all of that, he was playing with the kids and Steve got hops.
Yeah,
So-
Steve can jump.
Yes,
you
he can.
Little 5'8" Steve. You see Steve take off, and he keep going.
Yes.
You're like, where'd all that come from?
That's right. Just
Big
look
shout-
at the calves.
Big shout out. My mama's tuned in. Hey, Mom, love you.
All right, that's good.
A friend of the show, Jaquita Kofer's watching.
Jaquita,
You
yeah.
got Kevin lit up on
Oh
that.
yeah, man, that's
He
what.
said, Jaquita, boy.
Man, if she only liked me half as much as I liked her, man, I'm telling you, man, I'd be in such a good shape.
Man, if Jesus loved us half as much as you like her.
Well, I know, man. I'm telling you, if I had anything, I'd give it to you, but I don't have anything. So
Happy Valentine's to everybody.
yeah, happy
out there
Valentine's
as
Day,
well,
Jaquita. Please come down and see me one day.
All these married men, ex-married men.
I'm not married, man.
They started to show off.
though. I'm not married,
They tell
Jaquita.
about-
Look, I ain't
Remember that.
Ain't X. I'm still still in.
I'm saying,
Well, Jeff, you're a good man.
I'm in. I'm 33 in, bro.
You're smart.
You'd have thought all these married men. First thing we said was
33
Happy
years.
Valentine's
Well, I thought you
Day.
said you were 33 years old. I was about to say, come on now.
I'm about to get all y'all in
33
trouble.
years
I'm about to
married
get all
in.
y'all in trouble. You'd have thought these married men would have said, "Hey, baby, I love you. Happy Valentine's
Took
Day."
care of that this morning, baby. Had to get that.
Yeah, but you
Look,
gotta say it in public though. You gotta, ladies like that.
profess your love publicly,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
My wife's having her best Valentine's Day in 26 years. She ain't got me
I
around.
tell y'all to tell me you love me on TV. You gonna say it private at the house. Then y'all be buying Kobe rings.
Hey, is Zales open around here? We can go to get a Kobe ring at Zales. Say hi to Sharon and Tate, by the way, 26 years ago. Happy Valentine's Day. And Jeff, 33 years you're married. How old are you
Yes,
now?
sir.
What are you
I'm
like?
35.
You can't. Come on, man. I mean, 33. You're like you don't even look 40 years old, Jeff.
He
You're
got
good.
married in his terrible twos.
Yeah, I know, man.
He crawled out the crib and came back with a wife.
That's it.
Now, give me you. So you like the Currys in the 3-point shooting contest?
Yes.
I like Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Any other thoughts? And I don't know. I don't even know who wins. Who's it? LeBron or Giannis's team? I don't even know. LeBron's got all the free agents on his team. We know that.
If you look at if you listed the top 7 players in the NBA, 5 of them are on LeBron's team.
Yeah.
So, then that reason alone, they should be the favorites to win it.
Well, he's a better GM.
With the All-Star game, but I mean, if you had to make a pick, I can't imagine how you could pick against LeBron's team.
What did Giannis
Whose
pick all the
team is
Euros?
Whose team is Kemba on?
He's on Giannis's team.
Yeah,
He's
I'll be rooting for Kemba and you know to kick butt and take names there. But I mean, if you're looking for an actual pick, geez. I got 5 of the top 7 players in the league playing for my team.
I tell you, this crazy. This will sound crazy. Like, I'm excited. All-Star game is here. I live downtown, so everything's happening all around my place. I don't know if I can care any less about who actually win this game.
Oh, same here.
I literally have no emotion whatsoever about the actual game. I think I'm just the way the leagues run itself. I just can't even get excited about it till the finals come
All-Star
around.
games are really tough. Are a really tough watch now. And I said, the lone exception for me, and I'm a baseball fan, is the All-Star game in baseball, because the other games you can screw around. You can set up the rules.
Right.
No tackling, no hard checking in the NHL. You do all the whatever, try all your fancy passes. Nobody plays defense in the NBA All-Star game. In baseball, I still got to throw the ball. You still got to hit it.
I love the baseball All-Star game.
Otherwise, we're going to be out here all night.
Now,
so you got
Mike,
to actually put an effort.
And sometimes
into
you
that.
still be out there.
Now,
That's right.
Now, Mike, do they still do the rookie and second-year guys have a game?
Yeah, the All-Star Challenge or whatever it's called. Yeah,
What's notable about that? Anybody of note playing on that team?
Well, you mentioned Collins. He's on the
All right,
second
that's good.
team.
Isn't Bridges on it?
Luka's playing there for the rookies.
Yeah.
That'll be.
think
He
Bridges-
should
always
be
a
playing
good
in the
game.
All-Star game, but
I think Bridges would be in it, wouldn't he?
I'm not sure if he's in there or not. I
might
don't.
not
Should
have
be,
made
but he
the cut.
probably
The,
didn't.
the notable exception, they left off our man Kevin Knox there from the Knicks. He's not playing. I can't imagine.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
didn't
not.
notice
Or he
that.
wasn't selected. I don't know if he's still
notice
playing
that.
now. Maybe they've.
Hey, Eddie, when we get to the NASCAR
De'Aaron Fox
I'll
is in
talk
the
about
Rising
that.
Stars Challenge.
Yeah.
There's Jason Tatum, who's a star. in the
Darren
making.
Fox, right? He played Kentucky,
Kyle
right?
Kuzma. I'm going with Kyle Kuzma.
All right. Donovan Mitchell.
like
You
that
like Mitch,
kid.
man? He played at Louisville. So
Yeah.
Marvin. By the way, Marvin Bagley is quietly, because he's in Sacramento. Nobody remembers they're even in the NBA anymore.
Right.
But
Well, they
Marvin
should.
Bagley is
They're having a
quietly
good
putting
team.
a good season together. So he's coming on. I mean, Luka Doncic has been getting all the hype.
Yeah.
But Bagley is putting together a very solid season from Duke.
His
1 year at Duke.
numbers are good. He's been coming off the bench too, because the Kings have some talent here, and the
They
Kings
do.
are balling.
I think Sacramento's a
right
good
now.
young
They're-
ball club.
They are. They are. And I'm really going to keep following them, man.
When's the last
They-
time you say they were ahead of the Lakers in the standings? When's the last
Yeah.
time you got that?
Vlade
Yeah.
Divac, their GM, out doing a good job.
Yeah, they have a really good team. They came in here a few weeks ago, and the Hornets came away with a nice win on the road, or at home against them on the road. But they have some talent. De'Aaron Fox is a player.
He is.
He's going to be their point guard down the road for a while.
Now, here are the teams it's Giannis is on his team, I guess, with Joel Embiid, who doesn't like officials suddenly. Kyrie Irving, who's injured, so I guess you're going to have a replacement there.
Yeah.
Kemba Walker, Paul George, then Team LeBron is LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, and James Harden, and the traitor, Benedict Kawhi Leonard. So those are your teams.
Why is he a traitor?
He's a Spurs.
Because he jaked it.
This
Because
Spurs
he faked an injury and got
Spurs
paid for an
talking about
entire
the
year.
guy.
He faked an injury.
He didn't fake an injury. He was hurt. And
He wasn't hurt.
Played hurt.
He
got hurt
wasn't
more.
hurt at all. He faked it. He stole money.
Sour grapes.
So much hate.
Kevin, you know
so
how
much
Kevin is
hate.
about his.
Sour grapes.
He faked injury.
If you do anything to hurt one of Kevin's team, he will never forgive you.
Well,
Is that hell has no fury like a woman scorned?
he's the guy who prefers
Or
to market
Casey
the Spurs
scoring.
and not the
Yeah.
individual.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There you go.
I still don't like Sterling Marlin for putting Earnhardt Sr. on his roof at Talladega, Will, just so you know.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, Earnhardt Sr. got put on his roof by Sterling Marlin at Talladega one year, so I still don't like that either, by the way.
Hey,
All right,
Okay, hold on. Let's get to something else right now.
we got what we doing?
Eddie, what's up with the lasagna?
Yeah, he want to know when I'm coming up to get something, bro.
Well,
I'm telling you, Eddie
I know,
got
Will.
the lasagna up at Guy Fowler's.
Will needs to take us up there.
in North Shore, up just north of the track.
Look,
Will, hey, Jeff,
you ain't got to take us nothing.
are you taking
Eddie?
us? Are you taking us up
Eddie,
there?
just send the directions, the address.
All right, Jeff's
And,
paying. He's on record.
No. He invited us. That means it's on him.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm in then.
He didn't say he gonna pay. He just said when you gonna come get it.
I'm hey, Will, we call that drafting where I'm
There you
from.
go.
We're going to be drafting up there.
Big shout out to Jeff Taylor tuned in. Our guy
JT.
JT.
So what are we doing, KT? We're going to go break or what? All right, we're going to go a break. We got more peripheral sports stuff and some more shenanigans, Daytona, NBA, some NFL. This is Talking About Sports right here at the Dilworth Neighborhood Grill.
Shenanigans, huh?
At Heslop Wealth Advisors, our goal is to help small businesses develop quality retirement plans for their employees through our Lunch and Learn seminars. We provide lunch and learning tools to help your company succeed and unmatched customer service.
That's how it was back then.
All right, welcome back to Talking About Sports. We're here at the Dilworth Neighborhood Grill with William Wilson, Mountaineer Mike Freer, Jeff Hood from the Police Athletic League, Police Activities League. And Jeff, big doing Saturday morning. What's going on?
Yeah, we have an event in partnership with Spectrum and ESPN down at First Ward Creative Arts School. And it's from 11 to 1, a bunch of free giveaways. We also have former Charlotte Hornet Gerald Henderson is going to be there.
His dad played at VCU with my alma mater, by the way.
Don't mention anybody else.
Just saying, Gerald Henderson Sr. played basketball where I went to school.
I'll be sure to make him aware of that.
Yeah. All right.
I'll just let him.
Gerald Jr., Gerald Henderson was a good Charlotte Bobcat. That guy played hard, and he fouled Eric Montrose at the Duke North Carolina game.
Yes.
Yeah, we all got
right.
TVs and Google, Kevin. You know, we can figure all stuff out.
Speaking.
So speaking of Duke, and after you tell us more about this great event Saturday morning.
Well, it's for kids and families alike. It's just coming out. We got DJs, we got music, we got giveaways. It's just a give back to the community. We're expecting about 400 or 500 kids and families to come. Come on out, spend some time with us, get some great toys, great giveaways, and have a good time during All-Star Weekend with National Pal, ESPN, and Spectrum.
And we thank you for that. And Mountaineer Mike, the Duke Blue Devils, I still think are the number one team in America. I don't know what the ratings, the rankings are. You're down 23 at Louisville. You're with the Independent Tribune. You cover a lot of basketball games. What do you think of this Duke Blue Devils? They go on the road, beat a very good Virginia team, and then Virginia comes right back and beats North Carolina on the road. I think you're talking about 3 of the top 5 best teams being Duke, Virginia, and North Carolina.
I would agree with that right now. I'm still not sold on North Carolina. I would agree with I think Duke and Virginia are 2 of the top 5 teams. I was really impressed with I watched Duke's victory over Virginia the other night. Very impressed with that. They hit their. We talked about it last year. We talk about it every year. When they hit their threes, they're not going to lose, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They got too much talent on that team. Now, can they hit the three? They really, that was an aberration, their performance against Virginia. They are not a good three-point shooting team for this season.
Right.
It's been a real struggle for them. I think if they...
Well, that hurt them in the NCAA tournament.
And it could. One bad game, one bad night shooting, and you're left in the locker room figuring out what happened.
That's Maryland, Baltimore County.
They are going to be... They're not going to lose.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, that Zion Williamson.
And who's the other guy? RJ, whatever?
RJ Barrett.
He's pretty good, too.
He is. But, give me Zion.
Well, all you Knick fans just want Zion Williamson.
No, I'm just not saying it because of that, though. I wouldn't turn him down.
All right, I was about to ask that.
I definitely would take that. But I think, as Mike said, the key is if they're hitting their shots. The thing that I'm concerned a little bit about Virginia is sometimes they can have lapses and wind up so much getting into the style of play of the other team. And I think if they do that, like if they say do that with Kansas, or one of the sleepers that's out there right now that people still, even though they're very highly ranked,
Tennessee.
a lot of people aren't giving them their due is Tennessee.
Number one team.
You got it right. They're the number one team that nobody knows. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on them boys. And Grant Williams is having an amazing season.
He's an awesome player.
And great product, great kid. And here from Charlotte, and I'm just so proud of them as well. But you can't underestimate them.
They did that.
Any Hoodies Hoop connections there?
When,
yes, he is.
When Arkansas was number one, the year Arkansas won the championship, they were number one the entire season. But everybody kept talking about Duke because Duke was always behind. They talked about Duke. They talked about everyone else except us, even though we were number one the entire season.
Yeah,
we came in here and won a championship right here.
Duke was a rock star team back then. That was
well, they made it an all-star team, but they were the number 2 all-star team.
I don't disagree. But
and they got that all-star team got beat by them boys from Arkansas. But they're doing the same thing to Tennessee too. I think it's that you always hear about the SEC bias in football, and then I think there's the ACC bias in basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I understand it.
But,
it makes sense. But
I
Tennessee
think that's
is doing
part
their
of,
thing.
I think that's part of it. I just think that they don't have any named guys for the most part. They don't have a Zion. They don't have a Devon Dotson or all of the Kansas guys or Carolina. They're just slowly going about their business. And as I said several shows ago, Rick Barnes, I think, is doing his best coaching job right now. And
tell that to people in Texas.
They're doing some great work, man, and congrats to them, man. But keep an eye on them.
Yeah, shout out to Jaquan Towns. Got a big fight coming up. I know Kevin Tolbert's been very busy with the ADSN crew, covering a lot of boxing lately. And I am still available. Me and Fitz are available for some fight coverage for the right price. Just letting you know, we can do that. William Wilson, Kareem Hunt has signed with the Cleveland Browns. You remember Kareem Hunt, William Wilson?
Oh, I absolutely remember Kareem Hunt.
Okay, you got any thoughts about him signing?
I've been asked about this a lot. And
I'm asking you right now.
Right, and I'm of two camps about this. One, in that I really don't have a problem he's gotten signed, because once you paid your time, whatever it is, you paid your time, you should have to pay for anything forever. So I don't have a problem with that. The problem that I have, okay, and I've always had a problem with the NFL domestic violence rule. I always had a problem with that anyway. And and he's still on the commissioner's exempt list. So, and the Cleveland, owners can do what they want to do. My problem is that when you tell the world and you tell women that I would rather a man hit you than kneel for you getting shot in the street. So that's telling me you're not important to me. The Cleveland Browns are saying we don't care how many women you hit as long as you can run, as long as you can play. But if you kneel for a flag, we're still not going to hire you. We're not going to draft you, or we're not going to sign you.
Not going to look at you.
That's the problem I have.
Well, Eric Reed just signed a big contract.
No one should pay for everything. If the rule says you out for 6 games, he's working within the confines of the rules. He was out those games, he got cut. The commissioner said, you still on the list. That's something the Browns did. So I'm not blaming the whole NFL for that.
Right.
But the fact that Cap still have a job, Eric Reed got a 3-year contract extension, and God bless him. He's still kneeling. He kneeled every game. He never stopped doing what he was doing. He stuck to it. Exactly. Still has his grievance. David Tepper said, I just want to win games. If this is what you want to do, I'll stand with you.
All right.
I totally applaud that.
Now, William Wilson, big to people like you and me and Kevin Tolbert. Tonight is what they used to call them the Gatorade duels.
Yep.
We got racing. I saw there was a race last Sunday. Jimmy Johnson started a big wreck, and he won, I guess.
Yeah,
and so there's racing tonight, and the Daytona 500 is this weekend. And I'm telling you right now, you watch out for those Hendrick cars.
Oh, watch out for definitely watch out for Hendrick cars. Watch out for all the Chevys. Watch out for those guys.
Where were they last year?
Watch out those guys coming out of Ganassi. Kurt Busch was fast.
I was watching Kurt Busch this weekend.
Those cars are fast. Now, you got to look throughout the season because once you get to 500, super speedway racing, anything can happen. All the fastest cars could all go and pit at the same time under green.
Even jabronis can win. Ask Derek Cope. I mean, so because lucky guys can win every now and then.
Maybe no, but he still had to be running second he had to be running second to win when Dale Earnhardt's tire got cut. He still had to be running second.
How much time after that
race? But again, that's the thing with super speedway racing. Anything can happen at any given time. But I got Fast Eddie tuned in. He said, "What I think about the big one." I loved it, hated it. Because it took out everybody. What I hate is the fact that they got lights at Daytona. They could have kept this race going. People that paid all that money didn't get a chance to see a good race.
Now, Kevin Tolbert wants everyone down the line to give me a quick NBA All-Star moment. You can go. You can start, Jeff Hood.
NBA All-Star moment. First, before I give my former teammate Kelvin Deli Delmar shout out for tuning in.
Where'd he play with you?
Checking. High school.
Well, what school?
New York, Forest Hills High School.
All right.
Yeah, city championship, baby. You know it, Deli.
Every week you get better.
Yo, man, I'm just saying. Don't hate. You know,
I'm not hating. I'm just saying,
man.
You just get every week your team gets better. You lose less games every week.
Nah, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're getting presidential on us.
You know. Look, Deli, shout it out, dude. Just say.
All right. So
anyway,
All-Star moment.
All-Star moment. Gosh, I had to start with me, huh?
Well, anybody can jump in.
I
got one.
Magic Johnson, when he came back,
That's what I was.
I didn't like that.
Threes just kept draining threes and draining threes. It was like the rim was 6 feet wide. He just could not miss.
Yeah.
And I felt happy for him with everything he was going through.
Yeah.
And just the way, because he handled that with so much class and so much dignity.
Yeah.
Then to come back, and the fans loved it. You can tell he was having the time of his life. The fans were loving it. The media loved it.
Yeah.
No one was upset. Even if you hated the Lakers, everyone loved that.
No, I love that. That was a great one. That's absolutely. I would totally get behind that. I remember my favorite moment in All-Star was 2001. The game was in D.C., and I was working with ESPN on the NBA Tonight Show, and we were doing it from when they used to have it, the ESPN Zone, the restaurant. And that game, the West had all the stars. They had the Kobe and Shaq and all the guys, and Webber, and the East didn't have much else except Allen Iverson and Ray Allen and a couple other guys. And they came from 20 points down the second half, and they won the game late, and the crowd was into it. And you saw a bunch of guys who really wanted to win. It was the best games for these All-Star games are when the guys want to actually win.
Right.
When they want to go all out. When you're trying to because now you got the best players in the world playing against each other and competing. That's what I want. That's what I enjoy. And that was a game where the East came back. Iverson was the MVP. Even everybody's least favorite Knick, Stephon Marbury, back when he was with the Nets, was awesome in that game. So that was my memory, 2001.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with
I got some wings from it.
With my man down here.
My
with the
favorite
Magic Johnson
All-Star moment is those wings coming in here right now.
To me, that was one of the best moments that I can recall. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I just thought that was a very defining moment in all of that.
We have an All-Star wings here.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Leanne.
This is Leanne. Lynn, what'd you bring us out here? You know, we a bunch of Neanderthals over here. You got to let us know what we got to eat here. We'll eat it anyway. We need to know what it is.
Well, over here we've got on the left, got some steak nachos, we've got some wings, and we have chicken quesadillas over there on the right. All great options if you're looking to get some good appetizers in ya.
There you go. We're going to throw down this chicken wing. They went from beef to chicken and cheese. So we're going to throw down
Happy
with this.
Valentine's Day to you.
Happy
as well.
Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm gonna hang at home, make our own dinner, do some wine, maybe watch a movie.
Will, she likes the Eagles. She hates and Will, she hates the Cowboys.
You're an Eagles fan?
I am. Don't hold it against me.
That's just sad. You know, Cowboy Nation rules work. But thank you. But congratulations.
No comment.
Congratulations for finally taking home a ring after so many years.
Thank you. Yes, just be happy for us, right?
It was nice to have our division be the one division in all of football that has all our players, all our teams have a championship.
Finally, right?
Yeah, thanks for picking up that slap.
All right. Anybody else got an all-star moment? I got a couple.
No, you go for it.
Thank you very much.
How about the 1977? After the merger, the ABA and the NBA, Dr. J had 30 points and 12 rebounds. And then, you know this guy playing for the Buffalo Braves. Remember Randy Smith?
Randy Smith
Came out of nowhere.
Yes.
So, there you go. Randy
Only
Smith.
thing that slowed him down was his afro.
Did he had a couple? He played. He had like a Mellow Yellow commercial with Dusty Rhodes, I think, back in the '70s too. So, what about? You think the Hornets will get over 500?
I think they're gonna wind up right at it.
Lottery
they're
or
gonna be
playoffs?
1 or 2. I think they're gonna be either 1 or 2 above or 1 or 2 under 500.
I mean, they can get over 500, but then they'll just fall right back down to
Right.
500. Then they'll
Right.
fall right back up.
Yeah.
This is Bill Parcells, the great coach, always says, "You are what your record says you are."
Right.
And he said that for football when he only played 16 games. Now we're about 50 games in.
Yeah.
I think we know what the Hornets are at this point.
Yeah.
They're a team that's going to show up some nights, and some nights are just not. They're not good enough to extend it.
Yeah.
They're paying. Yeah, William and I were talking off air here. The biggest problem with the Hornets right now, and why Kemba was mentioned so much in trade, is not because they want to get rid of Kemba. It's because the only way to get rid of other contracts that they're boxed into for years is to put up a
Nick Batum,
trade
Yeah.
chip.
not to
That's
mention any
it.
names.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking Nick Batum's contract, or Cody Zeller, or MKG, or even Marvin Williams.
Do you think that was the demise of the Mark Gasol opportunity? Is that they just didn't want to latch on to all of that debt?
Who would?
Yeah.
Who would want Nick Batum's contract?
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you want to better your team, which is William and I were talking about.
William ain't talking nothing
No,
right now.
he's
William
eating.
We got some wings going. We got the
William is straight
William Wilson
grumpy.
wings
You
going.
re-sign Kemba, you still got 9 or 10 more people under contract for next year with the Hornets when you include players' options.
Right.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So how are you going to better this team if you re-sign Kemba?
Right.
And even if you get rid of Kemba, who are you going to bring in? You still have these contracts to get rid of.
Yeah, but how many times we talk about this every week?
All right, how about this? Should the Lakers, who are in a tailspin, are they going to start tanking and maybe try to get in the lottery? And maybe if they rig the lottery, they'll get Zion Williamson.
I don't think they'll tank. I think their problem is they missed LeBron around for about 17 games, and they haven't gotten. And now they're playing without Rondo.
I like Rondo.
Or he just got Rondo back. Excuse me.
Right.
They
They're
were
just
up at the Virginia game last
terrible
week.
defensive team right now.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, the worst right now since LeBron got hurt, and from the time he got hurt, even after he came back, they're the worst defensive team in the league. You're not going to win anything like that. If they step up their defensive game, they can make the playoffs. They just put themselves in a spot where they're 1 and out, most likely, if they make it.
But I'm going to tell you this, and it's about time for a Patrick Ewing moment to show up.
See,
in
he's
New
not
York.
playing.
Well, I know. Just hear me out. I think it's about time.
Oh, you want to rig
that
the lottery?
New York Knicks is going to wind up getting the player.
So you want to rig the lottery is what you want.
I'm trying to tell you what I want, but you
You just won't stop talking.
you just
Welcome to my world, Jeff.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying. I just can see where New York is going to wind up with Zion Williamson because the NBA, again, with all due respect, and not because I'm from NYC,
Sports
but
entertainment.
New York, the NBA is always better when you have the Lakers, Boston, Chicago, and all still in the fight. and that's going to be the quick way to get them.
I don't know, man.
I'm as big a Knicks fan as anybody around, but I'm siding with William on this when he talks about marketing or whatever. The NBA doesn't care right now if the Knicks are last. They're still the most valuable franchise that they have going. They got enough suckers to sell out that MSG every night.
They are suckers. That's a horrible team.
It's not so
horrible management,
it's
horrible
not so
ownership.
Much that they're suckers. It's so much as it's almost
they are suckers.
It's almost the It's almost the Green Bay effect. Thank you. And my man Deli.
And
it's almost the Green Bay effect to whereas if they give up them season tickets and New York gets relevant again, they ain't going to be able to get them tickets.
Well, there's some people that have been.
Well, all I know, Jeff Hood.
But here's where it's different than Green Bay. Green Bay, there is nothing else to do. Like there's a million things to do in New York, and that's if you don't leave Harlem.
Well, go to the Tony Awards. Come on, man.
Bay,
One of the big things about the Knicks and why they're so valuable and why they sell it's a tourist thing as much as anything too.
All I know.
The fans or whatever, the local fans, of which there's like 10 million.
Jeff Hood, if Dave DeBuscher is conducting the lottery, I know that you're going to get Zion Williamson because he's crooked too.
All that being said, I'm with
lottery
you as far
was crooked.
Getting the Zion and whatever.
And just as we are a sports show and not just necessarily an NBA show, which kind of feels like it are today, pitchers and catchers reported this week.
Thank God.
I'm ready.
It's a great week. Pitchers and catchers reporting the Daytona 500 is Sunday.
No, it's not. No, there's nothing that's in this city because we don't have any pitchers and catches to report right now.
But all the NASCAR teams are here.
Triple A ain't happening.
Right. But nonetheless, there's other things that
a lot of players who are being the Knights have reported with the White Sox.
I'm going out. I'm going
4 minutes.
I'm going out to Tampa next week. 4 pitchers and catchers for the Yankees. I'm going down. There's a guest of theirs next week.
Of who?
Your client pitches
and
for
where
the Yankees,
are they located?
right?
They're in Tampa.
Where's their team from?
New York.
Exactly. See, we're always relevant.
Right. Now, speaking of relevant, LeBron James is relevant. He wants to own an NBA team. Will he? First of all, can he amass an ownership group to get that kind of money? And would he be a better owner than Michael Jordan? I think he's a better evaluator of talent.
Yes.
He's already a GM now.
And okay, let's take the first thing first. First thing first. Can he amass enough revenue? Really?
I'm asking. You're a smart guy, Jeff.
LeBron, man, please. That fella's gonna have so much loot. I mean,
I agree.
Loot himself and access to other loot.
Because you know what? All he really needs to do, these two people alone can own the team. Just LeBron and Stephen. You put their resources together.
Well, Will's always been the guy. Well, Will's always been the guy that rich people always spend other people's money.
Yeah.
Wow.
You come in. You look at, take Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos gets credit for he only owns 16% of Amazon.
Exactly.
But he's always named as the owner because he spends other people's money.
That's right.
His wife's about to spend a lot of his money.
And he still got $75 billion.
All right, just letting you know.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, you don't get rich spending your money. You get rich spending other people's money.
And you say that was so crazy. He was number one richest in the world. And then just by that situation with his wife, he only dropped down to like 3.
They'll be tied for
How
third.
much money do you have that you can still lose so much and you only drop in 2 spots?
I'd like to find out.
I'd
like to find out.
The whole entire economy.
Yes. He made $20 billion last year.
Yeah.
Made $20 billion. Has $20 billion. He made that much. That's ridiculous.
I tell you, one of my clients, he owns a hedge fund in New York, Wall Street guy. I said, William, you get to a point where you got
I like
so
the
much
pizza
money,
in New York. I can tell you that.
you can't not make money.
Thank you.
He said, William, in the length of time it takes me to tell you how much money I have, I've made $3 million.
You remind him we need a sponsor for this show. We're always looking for.
Yeah, tell him Talking About Sports is available.
Talk to the guy that sit in the center. I got pushed down to the end.
You need to start showing up late, apparently.
No, that was only because the wings were coming down that end first.
Jeff had a reserve seat.
Yeah.
We never had reserve seats before. I sat down and said, I need you to move back out the way.
I ain't even going to touch that one.
I do like the pizza. All right, how much? All right, we're gonna take a break and come back with more talking about sports from the Dilworth Neighborhood Grow.
Well, that worked out well.
Yo, it's true.
How much time are we gonna have?
At Heslop Wealth Advisors, our goal is to help small businesses develop quality retirement plans for their employees through our Lunch and Learn seminars. We provide lunch and learning tools to help your company succeed and unmatched customer service.
All right, welcome back to Talking About Sports. We're here at the Dilworth Neighborhood Grill with some fine wings, quesadillas, nachos. Right on time for our last call, our last take. Final thought, William Wilson, what do you have?
As much as beautiful day it is today, being Valentine's Day and all that stuff, and we celebrating love and all this stuff, I want to make sure we take a moment to remember the students at Parkland. That Parkland massacre was a year ago today. So while we're talking about all-star games and NASCAR and baseball and candy, you know, there's parents out there that are hurting right now.
Absolutely.
And they are hurting really bad. When you get home, go hug your kids. Go hug your kids, hug your parents. Do what you got to do. Because there's how many was it? Was it 12? I think it was 12. I can't remember how many. It was 11 or 12. There are 12 parents that would do anything in the world. Be talking about the senseless nonsense we're talking about right now.
Absolutely.
They would love to one last minute with their children. So go home and love your children, because there's some parents out there that wish they could, and today is the worst day of their lives right now.
Right.
Excellent thought.
Mountaineer Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, not to it's hard to follow that up there, but William brought it up earlier. Pitchers and catchers reported this week for Major League Baseball, and as a Mets fan here, I'm actually very excited to see what's going to happen this year with this team. A lot of changeover, a lot of positive news coming into the spring, but it's like that everywhere. That's a great thing about training camps. That's a great thing about spring training. All these, if you're a good fan, you have some optimism coming into this year. It may not take long before it goes away, but you know, as a Mets fan here, whose team struggled the last couple of years, I'm looking forward to seeing how they develop. I'm looking forward to seeing them contend. So, happy spring.
All right, Jeff Hood.
Yeah, mine is also to give a shout out to all of our National PAL chapters around the country that may be tuning in. Also, let's go, Stephen and Seth. Let's bring home trophy for the 3-point, and then Kemba, if you can't bring it home, then let's give it to Stephen, being one of our own from here in Charlotte, for the MVP for the All-Star game as well.
I got to say hi to my friend who works in my building, Jackie Curry. She works in my building, so she knows she's rooting for the Curry brothers. To one of them, they can't have a co-3-point shot champion, so there you go.
I was over their house yesterday. I had to take the stuff over to David.
All right, so NASCAR is Sunday. The Daytona 500, you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So a lot of stuff. You got the Xfinity Series on Saturday. You got the Hendrick guys on the pole. I like them. Will's guy is Kurt Busch, so I'm actually going to start rooting for Kurt Busch a little bit this year. But not to mention I like Joe Gibbs, but I think the Chevys, as Will pointed out, those and I think the Hendrick cars, Blaine Anderson, our good friend, is going to be pitting in the Xfinity and the Truck Series. He's going to do a great job as well, and so we're definitely looking forward to not only baseball season pitchers and catchers reporting this week, but also NASCAR for real. The flag drops for real. The big race, the big one, Daytona 500 Sunday. Will, I'm more excited about this, and with Kurt Busch joining a team where he's going to be the lead dog on his team with was it Chip Ganassi Racing with Felix Sabates, your good friend Felix Sabates. I really can't wait for NASCAR.
Hey, Kev, you need to come up to the Speed. I might go to Speedway Club and watch the race Sunday.
Can you get me in there with you?
Yeah, I'm a member. I can get you in.
All right.
Let's go Mets.
At all times.
All right, for Kevin Tolbert, William Wilson, Mountaineer Mike Freer, Jeff Hood, I'm Kevin Casey. This has been Talking About Sports from the Dilworth Neighborhood Grill. So long for now.
Valentine's Day. Love you, Mom.
Yep.